XRP to $1,000. What if I told you that's maybe being a little too conservative, and especially for those of you watching right now and saying XRP can never even pass $100? I need you to pay attention to today's video as we asked Elon Musk's AI, which is also known as Grok over on Twitter or X platform, on its expectation based off research within the entire World Wide Web or internet, and seeking its confirmation on can we see a true potential bull case for XRP. And what I found out while asking this question and prompting it was absolutely shocking. Now, remember, as always, never financial advice, just trying to put you guys on to plays that I'm in. If you're new around here, smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm and also consider subscribing to the channel. A lot of you will be surprised on what it is that we learn from Grok today, or Elon Musk's AI. Now, the overall market is slightly pulling back, which is typical after having such a really good green day. We're seeing altcoins still continue its rally, 50-50 split amongst the red versus green cryptocurrencies, but XRP is looking like it wants to end the day on the green. Still up about 1%, $3.51, slight retracements. Remember, during bullish sentiment in bull markets, dips are for buying, not for selling. $3.51 today. XRP is looking good as volume continues to sustain itself, nearing $10 billion of 24 hours in trade volume. Look at the 7-day chart for XRP, guys. Broke a new all-time high, retraced slightly, not even a full 7%, 6% retracement, consolidated, ran back up, broke all-time highs nearly again today at market open with a slight retracement. Tomorrow's going to be a big day, but in today's video, we need to talk about this price prediction that came from Grok. But before we do so, remember, this also happened today. Breaking news at the SEC. Chair Paul Atkins declares ETH is not a security. That's been one big thing that's been overarching and over basically stifling the crypto space, talking about Ethereum being the number one altcoin, which I believe XRP will surpass it very, very soon, is not a security, which is extremely bullish to bring back people to the markets that have actually ended up leaving. But let's go ahead and look at what Grok told me. Let me make my screen a little bit smaller so you guys can see. Check this out here, guys. So I said, hey, Grok, what price will XRP be by 2030? Please give me the breakdown for the bull case. And make sure you guys pay attention here because a lot of you are not looking to hold maybe for the next 5, 10, 15, 25 years. But listen as to what it's trying to say in terms of the direction that the market is going. And remember, Ripple Labs and XRP can take on a lot bigger pie of the market share. And that's kind of the expectation, as a lot of altcoins will fizzle out and end up becoming nothing. That happens every single cycle. But XRP has proven itself since the 2016, 2017, 2018 crypto cycle. Predicting the price of XRP by 2030 is speculative, it says, but the bull case assumptions. Widespread institutional adoption, as we're expecting with the ETFs hopefully being approved around the corner. Ripple's partnerships with 300 financial institutions, Santander, SBI Holdings expand significantly, with XRP becoming the preferred bridge currency for cross-border payments, capturing meaningful share of the $50 trillion SWIFT market. Remember, guys, today XRP sits at a $200 billion valuation. The market that is trying to penetrate and kind of take over is valued at I'm not saying 10x, we're talking 25x multiplier, and then take that and multiply it also by another 10. So we're talking a 250x multiplier in the markets that XRP is trying to take over. 250x multiplier, $50 trillion market, and it's currently at 351. So you do the math there. Regulatory clarity, of course, with the SEC lawsuit against Ripple resolved back in March of 2025 with a $50 million fine, set the precedent for XRP as a non-security. Global regulatory frameworks align boosting institutional confidence and investment. Technological advancements. It did a very good due diligence on this piece. Crypto market growth, expecting the market to be hopefully between 10 to 15 trillion. I'm going to actually say it's going to be anywhere between 45 to 60 trillion as a bull case, because of the direction that we're already going is almost a $4 trillion valuation today, with XRP maintaining about 5% of the total market share, CBDC integration with other countries, and ETF institutional capital with inflows. Those are all the things that we have been talking about on the channel. The bull case from Grok is it's saying that XRP by 2030, in the most extreme bull case in their eyes, which I think they're actually being pretty conservative, is according with there's Coinpedia Price Prediction, Challengely saying $22.79 from the current price of $3.50. We're seeing Grok, of course, here saying anywhere between $10 to $30. But what's interesting is ChatGPT is in an optimistic scenario says that we can see $50 to $100 if it becomes integral of the global payments of CBDCs, though this is considered to be ultra bullish outlier, which is 1,400 to 2,800% increase. Well, this is where things get interesting. Let's go a little bit lower and see what happened when I asked, what about 2050? So in the next 25 years, there's a lot of you watching right now that are in their early 20s, 30s, and 40s looking to figure out what can I do to supplement my retirement? Well, this is where things took a turn, to my surprise. Now, the bull case projection for 2050 Challengely predicts a maximum of $2,409 per 1 XRP, with a minimum of 1,667, with an average of 2038 implying a 47 to 68,000% increase. Price prediction forecasts a maximum of $2,516, and Coinpedia says it can be anywhere between around $526. But I really like Challengely's extremely bull case. The driver, of course, being a $50 trillion market cap and XRP's 15% of the market share yields right around $7.5 trillion. Token burning. And this is where things also get interesting. What if there's a reduction in circulating supply by the founding team of XRP? They decide that, you know what? We are retiring. We're doing what we got to do. The growth of the company has gone the direction we want. We want instead of diluting shares and selling, let's go ahead and take those shares and put them in a burn address or get rid of them. If Ripple burns 10 to 18 billion XRP, reducing the supply to 40 billion, $7.5 trillion market cap could be expected to raise each XRP coin to $187. Now, global financial integration, and I think this can happen as soon as next week, guys, as soon as next month. XRP's role in CBDCs and tokenization, Ripple's $325 million Dubai real estate project drives demand. Bullish market cycles, of course, the 2028 Bitcoin halving, building historical 68,990% surge from 2017 to 2018. What if it's able to repeat it? The next Bitcoin halving, which again happens every 4 years on average. Ultra bullish range for 2050. This is exceptional, folks. $50 trillion market cap today might seem like it's just absolutely bonkers, but at least you can say we're getting in at $3.50 today, even if it goes to the biggest bear prediction for 2050, and that is $100, likely range of 200 to 500 if you're not looking at outliers, and $2,000 plus as a projection. This is absolutely massive. And it says here, there is a disclaimer, obviously not financial advice. Crypto markets are highly volatile, blah, 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 blah. But the point is, guys, right now we are entering what people are calling and coining as the big super cycle for crypto. With that being said, we don't know how high the market's going to go, but based off of President Trump's presidency for the next 4 years, global liquidity or M2 money supply, the Fed's finally shifting back to quantitative easing like we saw in the end of 2020 and basically all of 2021. If all of this perfect picture occurs, why can't the global cryptocurrency market cap 10x from here? Bitcoin to $1 million has been a narrative that people have been asking for. Ethereum to 20K has been something that people have been talking about, but not enough people have been talking about XRP to $1,000, XRP to $2,000. And I don't think those two numbers are off the table, especially when you're looking at long-term growth. And of course, on the way up, you take your profits, you create your strategy, and do what you think best fits. So again, always be prepared, not surprised. Everything is looking really, really good overall. Sentiment is shifting towards the positive direction. Things are looking strong. And I'm really happy. I'm happy with the way the market has been trending. And I'm hoping that we continue to see the growth of retail and institutional demand of crypto. And remember, today, if it's your first day trying to figure out how to get into crypto, it could be through XRP and it could be just through $3.51. To get 1 XRP, you need $3.51. That's money that you'll usually use to buy yourself a Starbucks coffee or get yourself maybe a few chocolate bars. Try to take a stab at maybe investing the money and see what kind of growth potential you can see, because with a chocolate bar or a Starbucks coffee. It might give you what you want instantaneously in terms of satisfaction, but long-term wise, investing your money into vehicles that typically grow year over year over year, even if it's through 4-year cycles, then if you have the risk tolerance and are able to, look at XRP, do your research, do your due diligence, learn about it, and then make the executive decision on whether or not it makes sense for you. I appreciate your guys' support as always. That's all I had for you today. So thank you so much for tuning in, all the new subscribers. I really do appreciate all of you clicking the subscribe button, all of those you smashing the like button, and commenting down below. Let me know what else you would like to see. But until next time, as always, keep investing. Peace.